All right. I hope everybody enjoyed their tea. Did we have a good tea break? Are we here? Are we present? Yes? It doesn't sound convincing. Can I get a yes? Hashtag? Okay. Sounds like we're awake. It sounds like we're good. Let's continue our day. So, our next topic that we're going to be talking about is safety and security in the workplace. So, I'm going to welcome on to the stage right now Mr. Zwanga, who, when he first came here on Tuesday, was acting in the capacity of manager of the Office of the CEO for African Global Skills Academy. Today he's speaking to you as the CEO of Chad Employment Bureau, right? Where's the Chad people? Can I get a yeah? Yeah. It's talking about safety in the workplace. I know this guy doesn't need a microphone, so I'm gonna put it down. He's gonna be screaming and all over. So once again, guys, we're starting. If you're outside, come back inside. We're progressing with our program. We're talking about safety and security in the workplace. Mr. Z, the stage is yours. Let's give him a round of applause while he comes up.
I'm going to use the microphone. The audience won't recognize me. So I will do my best. It means I'm one hand out. So cross all over. Once again, good morning, everyone. I'm in here while I was still at the gate waiting for the security guard to open for me. There was too much noise. I'm like, who's getting married here? Because the energy was on my level. So I'm like, oh. Who can match my energy? And I still stand by the notion no one can stand my energy. So I know this week time management has been on point. So I'm not going to waste much of the time. I'm just going to dive in into the topic. So on my way here, I was something else, right? And when I arrived here, and then I realized that to present all the presentations that has been put forward before you has probably addressed most of the things. So I'm like, there's something that has not been addressed, and for me, it was critical and very important that we also touch on the issues of safety and security in the workplace. I love people who engage, right? I love want to be a pastor. Already have one. So you sit, you listen to the pastor, right? So I like my audience to engage with me. So there should be a mic roaming around here so that I can have a good conversation with you. I promise the time given to me is 3 hours. So I will stick to the 3 hours given to me. Why are you not? So we're going to sit here until 3 hours lapse. So 3 hours from now is what time? quarter to 12, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so around quarter to 2, I'll be done. So it's going to be a great, nice, fun session, as always. And I hope that we will be engaging. So why is it important to know about the safety and the security in the workplace? Anyone who wants to start the discussion, why is it important that we must know about this certain topic that we are talking about? Anyone? I told you I come bearing gift. There's a hand. Unfortunately, the online people, I don't get to pick who has to respond. So the gifts will be for my audience here. I have a very different gift today to one lucky person. Yes, you can go ahead.
For internal control measures in
Okay.
the company.
That's good. I think that answer is better than mine. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay. No, let's get to it. The next slide. So throughout the presentation, we will get to learn the importance of maintaining good personal hygiene standards, professional appearance, sick leave policy, safety at the workplace, general duties of employers, general duties of workers, preventative measures, and social media. I think in my last presentation, some of the things we did talk about, right? I'm not going to dwell much on what we have spoken about on Tuesday when I was here. Personal hygiene is an important aspect of how you take care of and demonstrate your respect for yourself. I think I stressed enough this when I spoke about having good what? You are a listening audience, right? I think everyone deserves chocolate. I'll come to that next time. So it's very important that you have good personal hygiene. Good personal hygiene is an important aspect of taking care of your health and also influence how people respond to you in a working and social situation. Maintain personal cleanliness and hygiene according to company policy to prevent illness, contamination, and infection. So unfortunately, that one is very important because we have people who just catch feelings, right? All the feelings that goes around, they catch. It doesn't matter which feelings are those, right? Anything that involves feelings, they catching. Even if it was not meant for them, they are catching. So it's very important that when we don't maintain personal hygiene, we must always remember that one, it causes illness, contamination, and infection. And once that happens, it means that it does not only affect you and the people working around you. Who else does it affect? The employer, right? Remember, the more you infect more people, it means more people are out now sick. It means that now productivity is less. Because now you have flu, you come in, few people who catch feeling quickly, they catch the feelings of flu, and then they have flu. It means that the team is out with 2 or 3 people. It means that the production of that day or the production for those days that people are out, it's affected. It means that now, if, for example, in a factory, they need to produce about, let's say it's a water factory, they need to produce 3,000 water bottles because they have 10 of you. On the day that 4 of you are not there, they are not able to produce that 3,000. It means that they are down on product, they are down on sales, right? So you must always remember that if you are not having a good personal hygiene and cleanliness, it affects other people. Professional appearance, a well-groomed appearance or good personal presentation is very important because it tells people that the company is highly professional. Staff creates a powerful impression by his or her appearance and looking smart and well-groomed, goes a long way towards demonstration professionalism. I think this has been stressed enough. How you look, it's probably how we make conclusion about you, right? Imagine you show up in an interview in leggings. What, what does it say about you, right? Imagine you show up in an interview in stomach out. Imagine you show up in an interview, gents, immediately when you walk, your pants are here, you are walking like this. What happens to my image about you? Immediately, however well spoken you are, I'm not going to take you serious, right? Because there's no way a client comes and I call you and you come in with your pants looking like your uncle gave them to you and they are actually yours, right? So it's very important that we look professional. It's very stressful on a day that one person who always dress nice is not there and now you have visitors. Now your boss needs to stand up and go greet visitors because they know that if they just call Zwanga at the back, Zwanga is coming with a stomach out every time. So it's very important. Go back. Okay, next slide. Professional appearance, it is the responsibility of the staff to come to work dressed to the standard that is required by the company. In order to maintain good personal presentation, pay particular attention to the following point. Keep hair neat and clean. Keep, this one, the first one. You must not come to work looking, you know my boss always say, don't come to work looking like you're going to bungee jumping. You know why? Because, like I have said, on a particular day, someone who does something is not there. You must be able to go present the company, right? You never know on a day what's going to happen. Even on a day you think, I will never stand up and go greet clients. That day will come for you. And on that day, now you are wearing torn jeans everywhere. You are wearing stomach out. Your tattoos, your piercing are showing all over. What needs to happen to the image of the client? What needs to happen? Is this how they dress in this company? Do I really want to be here and work with this company? Keep fingernails clean and trimmed. Wear moderate jewelry. Wear subtle makeup. So I don't do makeup, so I don't know what does that sentence mean. Ladies, can you help me? What does it mean? Don't go to work looking like you are now. So in simple, you are just saying it's minimal makeup. How does minimal makeup look like? Maybe I must try it. I must try it. Okay. No, I'll speak to someone who will try the. You get what they are saying, right? Unless if you are going to work to Avon. Have you seen those ladies who work at Edgar's, at the makeup section? They have to look like that because that's what they do, right? You don't have to look like that. Look like you. We need you, right? We need you. Just now you have too much makeup. Now all the papers in the office look like your makeup. all the papers look like your makeup in the office. When you are not there, when you have passed, we know that this one has passed because now all the papers look like you, right? Now when they melt, now looking like chocolate dropping all over, right? You understand where we are going, right? That's why you must wear just enough makeup. Have a clean shaven face or keep facial hair neat and trimmed. Gents, I think all the gents here, they look like me, right? Always nicely trimmed. Your hair, you must not look like. I saw something. I'm not going there. It's fine. But you understand what I'm saying, right? You must not walk in and now we ask each other, where is this one coming from? Right? Now your beard are all over. We can't even see your mouth. We can't even see your nose. When you speak, we just guess because there's just hair everywhere, right? We just see hair moving. We no longer even see your lips, right? Your hair, it's like you just woke up and you leave the house. Ngachivenda vari nisongo nga nowa ichibva mulindini. Right? When I direct translation, you understand? Right? You don't need direct translation. I will give you direct. You know, direct, it just means the way I said it in Chivenda, I'm going to say it in English. Don't be like a snake coming out of the hole. When you just come out and leave, you don't look at yourself. Some of us don't even have mirrors. We just wake up, we shower, we leave. We don't know what's happening here. Immediately when we arrive at work, everyone is going like, right? You understand what I'm saying? Everywhere where you pass by, we are like, we are taking things off you. Because when you just woke up and you left, right? Maintain good posture. Wear a clean and iron clothes. Like I said, zviambaro zvositonga zvoshengiwa zvapfiwa nasokovhuwa najana mbara nabva natuwa. Right? Hauwa ne? Arikwi ne? I would have been saying it in the language of Arikwi, mara bundles. It simply means iron your clothes. Don't just wake up and sleep. The shirt you slept in is coming to work. There's 50 lines. Now it looks like a checked t-shirt, but it's not actually. Because when you just woke up and left. If there's load shedding and there's no electricity, the trick is to take out the clothes you are going to wear tomorrow, right? Open your mattress, put your clothes in between. I'm giving you tips, right? Useful tips. Try it. I've tried it so many times. Put your clothes, sleep, wake up, take them out. They look like they were ironed like you'll never believe. Try it. It will work. I'm serious. I've tried it so many times. It works. It works. Even this morning. In short, there is no body odor. I think we spoke about that too much, right? Don't be the reason people are wearing masks at the office, even when they don't have flu. I'm not saying she's wearing mask because of that. I'm just saying, don't wear strong perfumes. When you are there, some of us who have sinus, every day the day you are not there, we are fine. On the day you return, you see, because your perfume, we can't stand it. Now in the morning. Have you seen how we kill cockroaches? Have you seen how we kill cockroaches with the doom? Now it's like you are killing yourself. Even under the shoes. What needs to happen under the shoes now? Have clean, fresh breath. You know, sometimes people give you sweets or chappies not because they're giving you. when you are thinking people are nice, people are not being nice. You're like, people at this company, they are very friendly. They walk around giving chappies and sweets. No, they are not giving you because they want to, right? They are giving you because they are avoiding something. If this one says hello, whew, tattoos should not be visible. We are not saying don't do tattoos, but they must not be visible at work, right? So I don't know if they're in your face how you are going to do it, right? But if you have them, please cover them. It's professional when you cover them. Find out what is your organization policy. It's on sick leave. It is very important. I think it has been stressed enough. You just don't wake up on a day and say, I'm on sick leave, and you don't tell anyone. No one knows where you are, right? Immediately in the morning you wake up, you know that you are not feeling well. You notify. We must not be sending you a message at 1:15. Where are you? I'm sick. So Tina, we must become sangomas and guess what Uzranga today is sick, is not feeling well. So you must communicate to your supervisor. You must not wake up in a group that has 700 people of the company. You post, I'm sick today, I'm not coming. Now people from other departments who don't even know you, hey, Chomiki Mango. Hi man, there's a guy who said he's not coming, he's sick. Now everyone needs to be going around asking who is sick, right? You send to your supervisor, I'm not coming in, I'm sick, right? Safety at the workplace. Customer enters the organization with a preconceived notion that they are entering a safe environment. It is important to maintain a safe working environment for customers in order to meet customer expectations and facilitate customer satisfaction. Staff needs to feel reassured that they are working in a safe and hazard-free environment. A safe work environment affects staff turnover and impacts on production. Next. Safety at the workplace. So this is very important, that we know all the safety procedures at the workplace, right? Some of you, it's the first time you're going to work and you have not actually realized how you react when a certain event happens, right? There are people who now, if we say there's fire, they would just stand where they are because that's how they react to something, but they have not actually realized how they react because they've never been into that situation, right? So it is very important that when you get to your workplaces, you get to understand all the OHS protocols that has been put in place in case of emergencies, right? We are not saying they will be there, but we must always be aware. Very prevention is better than cure, right? Legislative procedures. The safety of staff is regulated by the Occupational Health and Safety Act and regulations. All organizations need to subscribe to the legislative procedures in order to ensure the safety of staff and customers. So companies don't just wake up and decide on how they want to implement this. This is regulated, right? It is gazetted. If something is regulated and gazetted, it means that every workplace that function and call themselves a workplace, they need to abide by that legislation that was gazetted or passed by government. It is very important, and I will stress this enough, that you know what needs to happen when what happens, right? Don't just be ignorant and be like, it will never happen, right? Don't just be like, this happens in TV, this happens in those big buildings at government or wherever it is. It can happen in a workplace as small as it is, right? So these are just general duties of employers towards workers. So this is just me to you. It is the duty of the worker to take care of his or her own health and safety, as well as that of other people that may be affected by his or her actions or negligence to act. This includes playing at work. Many people have been injured and even killed owing to horseplay in the workplace, and that is considered a serious contravention. Who can tell me what is horseplay? Who can tell me what is horseplay? Anyone? Yes. It just means that it's just a private school word that means playing rough. Right? It's a Woolworth word saying playing rough. Horseplay. Now you are thinking, is the horse the donkey? Now you are starting to ask yourself, what is this horseplay now? How did we arrive to horses? Some of us at work, we don't even have horses. How will we end up in the horseplay? So that just means dangerous play, right? At work, we are there to work. We are not there to play fun. Yours is to work and work and work and work and go home, right? Leave these other things to you and your friends. Even if you work with your friends, you must understand that yours is to do what? Work, 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 right? So these many incidents have happened where horseplay has led to serious injuries or even people being killed. For example, just now you are playing, you are in the edge of the building, you push someone fell off the building, and when you were just playing, you didn't mean it, right? But at that moment, it doesn't matter, someone has fell off. Or maybe you are going down the stairs, you are playing, hey, Mfana, hey, did you see Arsenal trapping Chelsea 5-0? You push someone off the stairs, right? Now they fall. All those things you think they don't matter, they do matter, right? So you must be mindful of what you do, especially when around other people at the workplace. And now you, for example, you are just standing, there's someone standing next to you, you are holding a scissor, you are just going like this, and then someone comes, you step them in the eye. You see where I'm going? All those things you do, small things you think, this one, there's no one who can be hurt by this, right? They can actually hurt someone. Next slide. It is the duty of the worker to carry out any lawful instruction which the employer or authorized person prescribe with regards to health and safety, comply with the rules and procedures that the employer gives him or her, wear the prescribed safety clothing or use the prescribed safety equipment where it is required. That one, you see that one that says, wear the prescribed safety clothing or use the prescribed safety equipment where it is required. There are those who are going to work in the fields where the PPE is required, right? And always they will tell you where your PPE. I get it, we know it too much. We know it very well. You think, hey, the boots are too much. I can't be wearing boots all day. When now you take your pumps, right? You go to work, you work at a field, let's say at a mine, right? And then you are walking there, and then something fell, and then it hits your feet, right? And then by luck, it takes out 2 toes, right? Not all of them, just 2, right? And then when you go report, you know what is the first question they will ask you? What were you wearing? Because they know that that boot was created to prevent that. It has been tested and it has been approved, knowing that whatever that will fall on you, it will not damage you. But because when you know too much, you don't want to follow rules. But in the kitchen, where as chefs, have you seen those guys preparing food? They are wearing their chef jackets, right? And those things, the way they have been made, they can resist fire. Well, not because you don't want to look like it was borrowed for you, because those things are always big, right? There's a reason why they are always big, right? When now you go and cut it, it fits your figures and what, right? You can't even stretch. You can't even stretch. When you chop things, you are like, now you can't move. Because you can't move, now you chop off your fingers. Because you want to look all good in the kitchen. Are you looking good for tomatoes? Right? They can't see you. So those who are going to work where they need PPE, always abide by the rules that has been set at the workplace, right? Because however injured you are and the fault is mine and you were not wearing PPE, immediately when they establish that, the case is done. Even the investigators leave. They're like, right? Because one, you are not on your PPEs. It is very important. I will stress it out. It is very important that you are always wearing your PPE. The first question that I got from those that I have addressed this was like, who gets to pay for your PPE? My question was that who was paying for your uniform when you were going grade R, grade 1, grade 2? Who was paying for your uniform? Your parents, right? At this case, you are still expecting them to pay? Who said yes? Yeah, I mean, you can go to one more time. One more time. One last round. Now I will get my own money, but for this one, one more time, right? Where the employer provides, good for you. Where the employer says you must bring your own, they will even give you a spec and they will even send you to the shop. The rest is history, what happens at the shop, right? You know what happens there. Report unsafe or unhealthy conditions to the employer or health and safety representatives as soon as possible. So when you get to the companies, right, most of the time in their world they will pay that our first aider is Wangachapuse, our OHS is who. So it is very important also that when you get to work, you get to understand who do I report such things to, right? Because you can just report matters of OHS to anyone. It is not all of us who have knowledge of those things, right? Now something is happening, you go report to someone who doesn't even know what OHS means, right? You're like, leave it like that, man. Continue working. We also found it like that. That's how they will respond, because they don't know the seriousness of it, right? But when you go to the people who have been authorized and designated to deal with such, immediately when you report, they know how to act. So it is important that when you get to work, you get to understand who is the first aider, who is the OHS person who deals with all these things, right? And when you feel that you are not comfortable, you must report that, hey, I can't work there. I don't think it's conducive for learning, right? Because as much as it is the company responsibility, it is also your responsibility to report anything that you think it is a hazard, right? As little as it is, in your head you think it doesn't matter. Report it, because tomorrow it becomes a big thing in your head. You are like, but I saw it. But it's late, right? So even when you think it's so little, you don't need to report. Just report it, right? If he or she is involved in an incident that may influence his or her health or cause any injury, report that incident to the employer and authorized person or the health and safety representative as soon as possible, but no later than the end of the shift, right? When you see something, you report it immediately. You don't wait, as I have said, because you don't know what might happen, right? What could go wrong? It's the question we ask ourselves, like, I can see this thing is not wired correctly. What could go wrong, right? You don't know that when water and electricity mix, what happens? What happens? Right? Now you just leave that wire hanging, because what could happen, right? And then I come holding water, I spill water, and then it's next to that electrical fault, right? And then you just leave it there, because some of us, when we spill things, we just leave and never look behind. And then someone comes and then they trip and then they hang into that wire, and then that wire mixed with water. What happens? What happens? Say it loud, so that we know that you understand what happens. Right? Now they become fried what? Human, right? What is regarded as hazardous or dangerous at the workplace? Preventative measures. Next slide. So these are the preventative measures that are there. They maintain a good working insulated stands, threadless mats or other such protective equipment as may be necessary to prevent incidents. As I have said, I think I stressed enough the issues of PPE, right? For me, it concerns me because I have witnessed it when people were not wearing PPE, what happens, right? And the results of it. You go to Koida, they are not going to pay. Wherever you go, they are not going to pay if you don't have your PPE. Staff must take reasonable care for the safety of him or herself. Staff must take steps as may be responsibly, particularly to eliminate or mitigate any hazard or potential hazard to the safety of themselves, other staff members and customers. Staff must take precautionary measures which are prescribed on the company or HS policies. Staff must ensure that relevant signatures are visible. If you look around here, there are signatures that are visible, right? You know where you need to exit in case of emergency, right? If you look around, they are shown. Fire extinguishers, everything is shown. So those signages must always be visible and people must always be aware where they are in case of emergencies, right? If we are not trained to do such, in case of emergency, run, Murife, run. Run and go where you are being told to go, right? Don't play Rambo here. Now you want to carry 5 people. In case of fire, now you want to carry people and come out carrying people. You don't have those skills. Leave them to those who have the skills, right? Remember everything has its way of coming back to people. Now, when you want to do a CPR and you've never done it, you don't even know where to start. You don't even know how to position a person. Because you have seen it on TV, now you think you can do it. Leave it to the people who know how to do it, right? Even if it's your crush, leave it. Now you are thinking it's the chance. Right? Leave it as it is and run out. Next slide. Preventative measures, number 1, and actions. Do not run in the workplace. I still fail with that one. My energy doesn't allow me to just walk only. Even if I'm walking, I just find myself running. I don't know how, but I run outside, not inside. Do not run in the workplace. If you feel like you want to run, you can exit the building and go do your marathon outside, right? Now you are running. I'm coming through here, holding a tea. When you are coming through the door, you are running. We meet in the middle. What needs to happen? What needs to happen? You see where I'm going with this running? Even if you think now you need to deliver this paper, it's very urgent. Don't run. I don't think that 5 seconds, you getting there 2 seconds earlier will change anyone's life. Right? Wear shoes with no slip soles. Clean up and Any spills immediately. I will stress that one enough that there are people who believe that because at the workplace they are general workers, immediately when you spill things, they will come and clean for you. Let's delete that mindset, right? Let's delete that mindset. You spill something, you stand up. Where is the mop? You mop. Are you gonna die? Now you are sitting. Abo Mary will come and do the things. Now you are telling, no, it's a job, right? We know it's a job, but what if she's not there? Now she must leave whatever she's doing because you don't want to take a mop and just mop that water that you spill. Now because you're still waiting for Bo Mary, someone comes in, walk through by, because they don't know that you have spilled the water. Now they walk and then they sleep. Are you going to blame Bo Mary? Who do we blame here now? We blame you, right? Put up signs to mark wet areas. Be familiar with the location of the first aid box. Make sure that staff knows the name of the first aid and safety officer in their department and how to contact them. Have knowledge of relevant emergency authorities and how to contact them. Display emergency and caution signs where they are easily accessible and observed. Effectively display fire exits. As I have said, if you look around the building route, look around. You can see there are exit doors pointed, right? You can see, right? And now here we have violated all the rules of OHS. At the exit emergencies, right? There should not be things standing on the way. Now something happens, right? Those two doors, we can't use them, right? You see what's happening there at the back? Why can't we use them? It's blocked, right? So now all of us need to fight to get out that door. Now all of us need to fight to get that door, right? So we must always, at all time, where we see that there's something going wrong, we must notify the OHS people, right? To say this needs to be corrected. As I have said, if you are not certified to do something, do not do it, right? Now someone gets a paper cut when you are running all the way to get a first aid box. You are now becoming a first aider. Come, I'll fix you. I'll fix you. Now you open the first aid. They have so many liquids there. Now you open, you now start using wrong things on the wound. You just, because you have seen someone using it, you don't even know what it is. You don't even know what it does. It's written there, arithmetic, what. When now you are just applying. While you don't even know the allergies of that person. You don't even know when now, because you want to be seen a hero. Hey, wait there, I'm coming. Yeah, keep coming with the first aider, right? As I have said, don't be a hero where you are not supposed to be a hero. Safety and the law. Preventative measures. What procedures are in place? All staff members need to be completely familiar with the safety procedures within their organization and for their particular area of work. Staff needs to take the necessary preventative measures to avoid accidents from occurring in the workplace. Next. I know now you're thinking, this one is now coming with activities. When I turned, I could see everyone now. Some hearts are beating fast. Some hearts are beating fast. We can't. Now we are in a panic mode. Relax. We are going to do them. We are going to do them, right? We're going to take the next 5 minutes discussing that. Now we are going to test your presentation skills, right? I'm not going to say the group must choose who must come in the front, right? I'm just going to come and be like, you. Guys, I think we need an ambulance now because I can see some of you are dying now. What is the... We are back at school now. You guys are telling me that your boss shows up and say, today you are going to present. This is how you are going to react. Okay, so what we are going to do, this table is going to face this table, right? This table is going to face this table. This table is going to face this table. You're going to form your own group, right? This table is going to face this table. This table is going to face this table. This table is going to face this table. And we're going to discuss those two questions. The online people follow suit. That tables face that table. I don't know how you're sitting in your online things, but just make groups work there. Why is it important to maintain a safe working environment? How does the environment influence your client? Let's go. The time starts now. I come back. I come back. I come back. Guys, don't look so serious so that I don't choose you. Look interested. Hello. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. I can tell you that you already have your answers on your WhatsApps, right? So I have actually realized that. Hello. Hi. Hello. Hello. Those who don't know her, earlier there was a question. Who is the director and the CEO of African Global Skills Academy? There she is, those who's joining us for the first time. What's her name again? Madam, right? Yes. Stick with that one. Easy and straightforward. Now you don't be Onikam. You see, Madam O is just straightforward. Who wants to go first? Who wants to go first? Which group wants to go first? Must I choose? Must I choose? There's a group. Oh, there's our presenter.
Must I stand up or should I sit?
You can sit down.
Okay, thank you.
So we'll start with the first question.
Yes, okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Ndibo. And the first question is, why is it important to maintain a safe working environment? And our answer is to reduce the risk of injury, illness, or death for workers. And also, a safe working environment can lead to a better mental health, less anxiety, and less stress for employees. And then the second question is, how does the environment influence your clients? We said productivity. A well-designed and functional environment can enhance the client's productivity as well as focus, and also your brand perception. So the environment can reflect your brand values and its personality positively.
Hey, now you are coming with some answers from that Almeta thing. Hey. Who wants to go next? Which group wants to go next? Oh, there's another group. I love volunteers. You never know what you'll get, eh?
Good. Is it afternoon or morning? Hello, everybody. Oh, it's almost midday. So our group, we try to shy away from the what did you call that? Our meta thing. I think, or I speak for the collective when I say that it is important to maintain a safe working environment, first and foremost for the preservation of life. Because we want to go to work to earn a living, to better our lives, but not to go and lose our lives there. Obviously, a safe working environment is ideal. And to avoid such things as absenteeism caused by illness, that is unnecessary, because now this one got ill, contaminated the entire team. Or that somebody was careless and now somebody got injured. I think, loosely speaking, that's what we went around. The second one about how does the environment influence your client, I suppose it has to do it has a lot to do with the fact that when you step into any environment, internally you start to conduct what I like to refer to as an internal brand audit. So I walk into an advertising firm, all right? I expect to see phones ringing, I expect to see branding, signage, I expect to see designated spaces for different things. That gives me an idea how these people are in business. But if I walk in there and nobody seems to know what they are doing, generally speaking, already I'm doubting, or am I really placing my money in the right place, or do these people know what they're talking about? So it has a lot to do with brand perception, like that lady said. Ultimately, it's about brand perception.
Thank you. I mean, we've just been thrown with words. Yeah, some of us present preservations of life. You know, yeah, I think that's the most biggest takeaway. You want to wake up in the morning, you want to go to work, and at that moment you wake up and wanting to go to work, you want to feel free and safe, right? Now you must not wake up and be stressed that it's not conducive to waking, there's too much going on, I could come back, something could go wrong at work, right? So immediately when you wake up and start thinking something can go wrong, now everything about you going to work, it's not happening, right? Now you are not productive because you are now thinking, hey, that ceiling might fall, right? So there's a lot that goes on, but I think the biggest takeaway is that life must take priority, right? One or two more groups, going once, going twice before I pick, going once. So all these other groups, they're saying they didn't come up with anything. Yes, another is raising his hand. Yeah. No, it's fine, we'll continue. I know now you are now breathing. Whew. I get to live to see another day, right? You can turn back. Yes. All the answers that you have given are correct. And for me to do a quick exercise activity was just to, again, highlight the importance of collaboration, right? You need to work with others to come up with the answers. I love what he did, even at a point where he was speaking, probably from his head, not from what the group said. He said, I speak for the collective. Even if he came up with the answers alone, at that moment he realized that this is a team. This is a collaboration of us all. So it shows that in the last few days we've been learning something, right? He could have easily stood up and say, I think, right? And we now know that he is the one presenting the answers, but he recognized everyone who was in the group, right? All the answers are correct. There was no wrong answer, and there can never be a wrong answer, right? How you think about something cannot be wrong because that's how you think and feel about something, right? The only way you are wrong is at school because you get it wrong, right? You get it wrong for every answer that was wrong, right? But in this kind of discussions, everything you think about is correct, right? Because that's how you see something. Next slide. Cost involved for the company. Failure to maintain a safe working environment has a grave cost to the company. Why is that so? Why does it cost a company? Why does it cost a company when the working environment is not good? Who wants to take this one? Guys, you have Almata. You must use Almata. Almata is there for you guys to use, right? There's all answers.
Morning, guys. I think it costs the company because, first of all, you lose potential clientele, so that's revenue. Secondly, you lose company resources, whether it be monetary value through lawsuits or paying for your clients' injuries, and yeah, that's my answer.
Very great minds think alike, right? So she said to me, the way she said it is the way I was thinking it. That's what she said to me. Great minds think alike. So she's like, no, everything, the way she said it, the way she came up with it, that's how I felt. This is how I'm feeling. Me and her are connected. Bluetooth answers. Anyone else? Anyone else? Yes. That was nice, sweet, straight to the point, right? Those are the answers we want. Nice, sweet, straight to the point. Don't go around trying to impress us. There it is, right? Increase in absenteeism and staff turnaround, decline in output of production, loss of time and cost of time, increase in COIDA, reduced quality of, what is quality? Quality of something there. What is COIDA? I know everyone knows compensation. What is the full name of COIDA? I know everyone knows, everyone said compensation. There's compensation, there's occupation, there's injury. What else? Disease act. That one, you didn't say it proudly because you were like, maybe that's an act. That should be an act. Now that should be, yes. Who can put it together? Compensation, what act? Yeah, it's that one. So the more people get injured, it means that the more the company needs to claim, the more they need to pay more COIDA, right? Next. Safety and emergency signs. What are safety emergency signs? What is the purpose of these signs? Who can explain those three? And what is the purpose of these signs? Why are they there? Why do we have to display them? What is the purpose? What is the purpose of these signs? Hey guys, you know on Tuesday I was like, hey, I'm worried about gents. Our country is not moving. If we were talking about Betway here, it would be far.
The purpose of these signs are for safety awareness. When you see an exit sign, you know that that's where you're going to exit, the entrance where you enter. Thank you.
You see, I told you, we are using big words here, awareness. So basically, the purpose, simple, it's awareness. Like he said, you look at it, it says exit. When we need to exit, where do you go? You will go there, right? Because you have seen it. You are aware of it. You know what needs to be done. When you see that one, fire extinguished, you know what needs to happen. You have seen it. We are not saying use it if you don't know how to use it. I said stay away from using things you don't know how to use, right? Now, instead of fafarazing the fire, you are fafarazing us, right? And you don't know the chemicals inside there. So the first one is just to show the stairs, that you can use the stairs. The stairs are that way. The second one, emergency assembly point. What is emergency assembly point? Where we meet when there's emergency, ne? John, just say. Now I need, what are you saying? Say it, say it. What is emergency assembly point? Now you go. Now it's fire, there's fire. When you are standing here, you just go like, and now we are just standing. And then what needs to happen? You must tell us, now we need to go to the assembly point, right? You must say it. That one just means it is what? What? Okay. Hey, I thought I had something. Let's leave it. Let's move. Safety and emergency signs enable staff to act quickly, getting customers and other staff out of the area as quickly as possible, to prevent injuries to themselves and to others, to inform everyone what they are required to do. Signs make it unnecessary for one to have to make one's own decisions, right? So like I said, there are people who will generally just freeze, right? When something happens, when they don't know what to do, right? But immediately when they see the signs, right, it will come to say, hey, you need to exit now, right? Because the signs are visible. But when they are not there, they will remain standing wherever they are. But when the signs are there, it will just quickly come to their mind. Their mind will switch on to say, now you need to do so. Yeah, guys, you know the Limpopo people keeps on challenging us. The presentations they are doing here. Hey, yo. Only if I could show you. Yeah, we'll play them. Emergency signs are located near emergency exit and fire extinguishers. Next. What procedure is this? When and how will it happen? What is the purpose? Next. I think we have spoken about it. First aid and incidents. Identify the first aid officer and box. I think we have spoken about that. Types of accidents and their action. Fall. Do not move the person. Remember, don't do what you are not supposed to do, right? You trying to move them to the left. Until you're supposed to move them to the right. And then you move them to the left, and then the things of the left move. Right? So stay away. You don't know anything. You refrain from helping if you don't know, right? Faint. Make the person comfortable again. Every type of accident here, I think at the end, it will tell you, if you don't know how to do it, don't do it, right? You just make situations worse. Even when you wanted to help, right? You just make situations worse, right? So you must refrain from doing things that you are not supposed to do. Next. If I ask for answers here, we will hear things. We will hear things here. What will you do if I faint here? That was a good answer. The two gentlemen here says water, right? I love the first answer I had. Scream. You scream, I'll wake up. Ah! Then I will wake up, right? Yeah, rather scream. Most of us have been taught, right, that when someone faints, we do what? No, we don't scream, right? We pour them with water, they will immediately wake up, right? And I don't know who came up with that, because I have tried it, it didn't work, right? He's trying to show me what to do, but I'm not going to listen to him because I told him, don't do things that you are not authorized to do. He says we must resurrect them. Now he's busy. He's busy going like, now I'm thinking, hey, when do you know how to? Now you are bombing my chest. Now you are here. Now I might die, right? Next. Large fire evacuation procedures. Next. Hazards. Next. I think I've spoken about this. Next. Social media. I think I have stressed this enough on Tuesday. Stay away. We know you love your boss. You love us. We appreciate it. We know it. But stay away from posting things, right? Especially when you are at workplace. You do not know what is surrounding you, right? What paper I'm holding, what is it that I'm holding, right? So refrain from the social media post when you do not know your surroundings. Next. Thank you very much. That is the end of my presentation. You have been a lovely audience, participants, yana there and there. There are those who will leave here without speaking a word. I have noticed you. I can see you. I will come to your workplaces. Maybe we will chat there. I'm going to take the next 2 minutes. If there's anyone with a question that they feel that if they don't ask, they will die. Right? Anyone? Going once? Going twice? Oh, there's a question there. Tendo, there's a question.
Hello. I wanted to ask, since you were talking about the sick leave, I realized that on the contract, we don't have a study leave. We only have annual maternity. So I want to know that when you want to take a study leave, you have to take the annual.
Okay. So the study leave it's not, remember I spoke of gazetted and then that everything we do is regulated. That is not regulated, right? It's given at the discretion of your company. There are companies that has imposed it and for them it's a rule that you are given study leave, right? But where it's not given, you use your annual leave days, right? When you get to work, ask about it. I now know you're like, oh, my days are gone. I have 15 exams. It means my 15 days are gone. Yeah, so ask about it when you arrive to say, how does study leave work within the company, right? Yes, a question?
Yes, I would like to know that what happened when you got injured inside the company.
Okay. Hey, guys, don't ask me hectic questions. I'm still young. Hey, I'll have gray hairs. Like I have said, when you get to work, I will emphasize this very much. Know your reps in terms of OHS and first aiders and the OHS policy. They have guidelines in terms of if this happens at work, this is how you handle things, right? Make sure that you make it a point that you understand all these things. Like you're asking, it looks like they are not important, right? But on a day that it is important, you will realize that I told you that you must be familiar with this. When I'm injured, who do I go to? How do I report this? Every company has policies in terms of how things must be done. If they also don't know, contact us in terms of what happens if this happens to me at work. We will respond to you accordingly. But first, we work with your employer to establish what does their rules and regulations say about that. Any other question? Going once? Going twice? Speak now or forever hold? So you are holding your peace. Thank you very much. Continue to hold your peace.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Zwanga, for that presentation. Health and safety is definitely important in our workplace. Guys, we're going to just move along swiftly with the schedule so that we can get into a lunch and prepare ourselves, for the rest of the day. So, the next topic that we'll be talking about is becoming indispensable in the workplace and building your work vocabulary. I think with vocabulary, we all like to say, hey, how are you doing? But in the workplace, it's a good morning. You know what I'm saying? So there's no one better to welcome onto the stage. She is the head of operations at the NFVF. What does NFVF stand for? National Film and Video Foundation. Let me welcome on to the stage Miss Onke Dumeko.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, guys. I don't know if you want to stand up, stretch, yawn, something. I don't know if you've been sitting the whole morning, but my name is Onke. It's a pleasure to be with you this afternoon. I am just going to take you through a couple of things I have learned in my career. These things I'm telling you about today, you don't get taught them at varsity. You don't get taught them in high school. No one's going to hold your hand and teach you when you work. So I hope you learn something from this today, and I hope that it helps you when you start working. So today I'm going to talk about being indispensable and building your work vocabulary. Next, whoever is nexting. Okay, so you can go to the next slide. Get my good side. You can go to the next slide. So just a bit of who I am. Like Tendo had said, I'm Onke. I work for the National Film and Video Foundation. It's the NFVF. So we're an agency of government. We fund films. So people that are filmmakers, make documentaries, we fund those types of films. So I oversee 6 divisions at NFVF, marketing and communications, events and activations, legal and compliance, partnerships and distribution, facilities management, and special projects, PSP. So that's just a bit about me. I've been working for many, many years. But today I'm just going to tell you a few things that I've learned. Next slide. So I'm going to go quickly through 8 principles about being indispensable. So Bob Teague once said, we all leave footprints as we journey through life. So make sure yours are worth following. So wherever you work, make sure that you leave something behind that's remarkable. Next slide. What does it mean to be indispensable? For those of you sitting at the back, you may not see the words. Essentially, wherever you go, wherever you work, it does not matter where it is. You have to leave that place different just because you were working there. That's what it means to be indispensable. So you'll see some of the words, they say necessary, crucial, essential, vital. Those are the things that help you in your career. Whether you are an intern and every day, you must go and fetch coffee. Whether you start to be given a bit more serious responsibilities, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Just make sure that you do them brilliantly with excellence, because that's how, especially senior people, start trusting you with more work. I promise you, when you start working, your first employment, in your first couple of years, you are going to underestimate the types of tasks that they give you. You'll underestimate them. You'll think to yourself, oh, it's not really important. I'm just photocopying. They're just sending me to make coffee. I'm just sending files. I'm stapling things. Every single thing that you do is a test. I promise you, it is a test. People are watching the way in which you work. They're assessing your attitude. I promise you, I am not lying to you. Yes, you are essentially cheap labor because your salaries are not going to be high, but you're also learning. And people that are more senior want to see if they can trust you. That's what being indispensable is about. It's about building your trustability, for lack of a better word, because senior people want to see, oh, okay, this person has a good attitude when it comes to work. We say work starts at 8:30. This person is at work at 8:30. They don't have excuses every day. I give him a task or I give her something to do. She doesn't frown and say, this is not what I studied. I studied to do whatever. I didn't study to do this thing. Do not underestimate small beginnings. Do not underestimate where you start, because you are being tested. People are looking at you and they're observing how you do things. It's not about getting things right perfectly. It's how you do them. It's your attitude towards things. Next slide. So you must understand that they are seasonal things. They're changes in seasons. I've been working for 14 years and I've worked in 6 industries. And I didn't jump from one industry to the next. So I didn't start somewhere for 6 months and then want to go somewhere else for a higher salary and whatever the case is. I stayed the course wherever I was, and I made sure that I left an imprint. I made sure that I made my mark, so that whenever I left an organization, no one could do the job the way I could do it. What happens when you do that? What happens when you become indispensable, when an organization knows that no one does it with the level of excellence you do it, is that you now are in a position to demand the type of money that you want. So instead of accepting anything that they offer you, you are actually able to quote. So the tables turn. So you're able to say, if you want to keep me, this is how much I'm going to cost you. And companies will counter offer you if they know that you're brilliant, if they know that you're indispensable, if they know that no one can do it the way that you can do it. This is not about intelligence. It's got nothing to do with intelligence. So if you didn't graduate at the top of your class, if you didn't get A's in matric, it's fine. Everything is about attitude. In the workplace, people like to work with people they like, guys. It's really not that deep. They like to work with people they like. So your attitude counts for so much more than your intelligence. Next slide. So if you look at the top there, you'll see that the graph does this. So, that's what we expect, that we hope things will go like this. I'll get my first job, and then the next one will do this, and the next one, and the next one, and I'll just be rising like this. But the reality is more like the one below, where you may start somewhere, then you get a promotion, and then something sets you back. Maybe someone dies in your family or whatever the case is. It could be anything. And then you decide to study, so you do a detour. Or you have to leave Johannesburg because you have other responsibilities. Then you get back on track. And then this and that. The thing at the bottom is more realistic. Do not panic when your journey is not doing like this in your career. Do not panic. It's not the end of the world. If you look at the second picture, it's like a sling. When you basically it's a sling. And they're pushing it back, right? That's sometimes what happens. God will do that. He will push you back. It will look like it is a delay, but it's actually a setup. It will look like a setback, but it's a setup. He's pushing you back. There's things he wants you to understand, and then he releases you, and the outcome is beyond your expectations. The first place I worked was a place called Colgate-Palmolive, and I left there as a junior brand manager. So in marketing, it's assistant brand manager. So I started as a trainee, then I was an assistant brand manager, then I was a junior brand manager. So the next step would be brand manager, then senior brand manager, then marketing manager, right? So I left Colgate as a junior brand manager, right? There were 3 steps for me to get to marketing manager. I left and I went to a company called Brand South Africa that manages the reputation of the country. And I left Colgate as a junior brand manager. At Brand South Africa, I was an assistant brand manager. So I went back, right, in title. And a lot of people were like, oh no, you should go for a brand manager role. But I knew that there was other stuff that I needed to learn. I wasn't quite ready. So I took a title job back to assistant brand manager. But I had a certain attitude in the way I did things. I had a very positive attitude towards my work. So I had left things of pulling up banners and doing all of the menial work, and I went back to doing that stuff, right? Humility, I had to humble myself. It was a different working environment, completely different. I'd never worked in government. I didn't know what nation branding meant and reputation management, and I had to learn all of those things. Because of my attitude, so many opportunities opened towards me. Started traveling the world just because of the way I showed up at work. I had always wanted to work in magazines. I could never get into a magazine. And at Brand South Africa, I met someone who was the chief marketing officer of our division. I was the assistant brand manager. So I was down there and she was up there. And we were having a conversation once after hours in the office, and she was talking about, what are the types of things that you want to do? And I said, I'd love to work in magazines. I had no idea she was best friends with the CEO of the biggest black-owned publishing company. So they did Destiny Magazine, Elle Magazine. I had no idea. The CEO used to be the editor of True Love Magazine. And she sent me a message that night saying, my friend is looking for a strategic marketing manager. I'm an assistant brand manager. She's looking for a marketing manager. That's 3 steps ahead, right? I took sick leave the following day. I studied for my interview. I had the interview the next day. I got the job. I was there for 3 years. That job completely changed the game for me in my career. I won awards, the Gauteng Media and Film Excellence Award. I won awards for the Mail and Guardian Young 200 South Africans. So I was willing to take that step back, trusting that it would open up doors for me. So those are the things sometimes you have to think about. Don't think just because the journey is not doing this that you are failing. I promise you, sometimes a setback is a setup. And it's going to open you up to things that you otherwise would have never thought that you would have access to. Next slide. So life is long. You must always understand that the values that you learn from home will always matter in the workplace. So the things your parents teach you, humility, patience. My parents are here today, by the way. It's my mother's 70th birthday. They're sitting at the back. So I promise you the values you learn from home, your parents teach you, your grandparents teach you, those of you that were raised by your grandparents, I promise you, you can be the smartest person. Those things will take you where your intellect, where your degree will never take you. Because this is what life is like. In primary school, you start primary school and then you get to grade 7 and you're at the top of the chain. And you think, then you get to high school and you're back here at the bottom. Right? And now the matrics tell you you're not anything. Then you must go through high school and then you get to matric again. Now after matric, you go to varsity first year, you're here. Again, you're starting again in first year. Then you do your tertiary and then you get to the top once you graduate. Again, you think you're amazing. Then you start in the workplace. You start as an intern, a junior job. It's always this. You're always doing this. Life will always do this. Because humility is always the thing that's going to save you. I promise you, patience, perseverance. Do not give up in a workplace of employment just because it's hard. Just because you are dealing with people that are racist, that are sexist, that don't want to talk to you because you're a woman, that don't want to talk to you because you're black, that don't want to talk to you because you're young or whatever. Those are not reasons to leave an organization, because racism is everywhere, guys. Sexism is everywhere. Ageism is everywhere. You need to find a way to navigate it. You need to toughen up. So, human resources, the fastest way, you must understand, to anywhere is slowly. The fastest way to anywhere is slowly. Musanu tatama shortcut. Don't. Shortcuts are going to delay you in the long run. You think that you're doing yourself a favor because it's a higher paycheck. Maybe the next company will pay you 2,000 rand more, 3,000 rand more. It's not going to make a difference in the long run. Do not take shortcuts. Build a proper resume. Build proper experience. It used to be called human resources. It's called human capital, because staff, when you work in an organization, you are an investment in the company. You are capital. They are investing in you. They want to trust that they will gain returns from their investment. So if on your CV, when you jump from job to job, you're 6 months here, 8 months here, 2 months there, because you're chasing a higher paycheck, eventually, when you want a really senior position, no one's going to want to hire you. It's going to be very difficult, because they'll look at your CV, they'll say, you jumped too much. We want to invest in you and we want to give you this position, but we're worried you're going to leave after 2 months. So stay the course with places that you work. If it is a very tough environment, sometimes that's what you need, because that tough environment is going to build, you are going to realize things that you didn't know about yourself just by being in a tough environment. Next slide. Next. Is it stuck? Okay, so just map out your career, figure out what is your why. You know what you guys studied. You know why you studied what you studied, right? You don't have to have it all figured out, but you need to know why you're doing it. Understand why you are doing it. And that will help you figure out how you're going to map out your career, right? So in the first 5 to 8 years of your career, exposure. Make sure you're exposed to as many things as possible so you can learn as many things as possible, right? Be consistent. Build your networks. Do not isolate yourself. You can be a shy person. It's fine to be shy. Don't be shy at work. Do not be shy at work. I'm not saying melugu to papela bantu, but be available, show up. Greet people. Simple things make a huge difference. Do not isolate yourself. Don't sit alone and have lunch and tell people that you are shy. Don't be shy in the workplace. People like to work with people they like. You know, T.D. Jakes once said that every single blessing will come to you through a person. And he's right, everything. So people need to vouch for you. You can do your work brilliantly. And yes, in some instances, your work can speak for itself. But in some instances, it won't. You actually need to be vocal and self-advocate for yourself and remind people and tell them why you're amazing, right? So you need to build your networks and try to get to a junior management position. Once you've been working for 8 years, don't just go to a company because of exposure. Now you need to start talking about remuneration. Now you need to start thinking about those things, leadership roles, and then you continue as your career goes, as you continue in your career, 10 to 15 years, 15 years plus. But just understand that there's different priorities you're going to have, right? In the first 5 to 8 years, exposure becomes critical. Once you've been doing it for 15 years, you know, exposure can't be the only thing that you want. You need to be thinking more broadly. You need to be thinking about leadership positions. You need to be thinking about the different types in which you want to be remunerated, yeah? So some things matter no matter where you are. So the things at the bottom, you can't see, but those are hard skills. So those are the things you understand about your industry, technical knowledge. The ones at the top are called soft skills. Everyone say soft skills. Soft skills. Go home and Google soft skills. Soft skills are the past, they are the present, they are the future. I promise you. You can know your work like a textbook. Soft skills will change the game for you. Completely change the game. Guys, there are people emsebenzini who, in terms of umsebenzi, you know, but they've navigated soft skills. They know how to play the game. The work environment, you have to play the game, guys. You have to play the game. Not everything is going to be fair. Not everything is going to go the way you want to go. It's not your mother's house. Play the game. Understand that there are dynamics. There's politics at work, office politics. You have to play the game. Be likable. Like I said, people like to work with people they like. Advocate for yourself. Very senior people, do not treat them as gods. So when you see them working in the corridor, don't like move out the way so that they can walk. Don't do those things. You come across as very strange. You come across as though you're easily picked on. Just treat people like people. It's much easier for them to trust you. Be solutions driven. Find a way to find a solution. It's very easy for people in the workplace to complain. Don't be a complainer. Don't hang out with complainers, because even if you don't complain, you hang out with complainers, people will think that you're a complainer. Don't. Find solutions. Provide solutions. You will get promotions a lot quicker because you can showcase that you have an ability to think beyond the current situation. Adapt, adapt, adapt. Learn to adapt, learn to adapt. Learn to communicate. Learn to communicate, learn to adapt. Next slide. It's not what you know. It's not who you know. It's who knows you. It's not what you know. It's not who you know. It's who knows you. People, sorry for the typo, but people are going to have to advocate for you, speak on your behalf, speak highly of you in boardrooms that you don't have access to. That's how doors open up. I spoke to you about networks and not isolating yourself. You know, when I started working, LinkedIn wasn't there. You know, you guys have things like LinkedIn. You have all the social media profiles now. You can definitely put yourself out there in any way that you want, professionally. Don't isolate yourself, guys. Build networks. You know, a lot of the times, in corporate especially, people don't get promotions just because of the work they do. Yes, the work they do absolutely does that for them. But they avail themselves for certain like social things at work. Sometimes at work they'll say, okay guys, we're having drinks on Friday at 12. Don't always be the person who says, oh, I'm not going to do it because I'm just going to try and look like I'm the hardest working person. Don't always do that. Sometimes go and have the drinks. We are playing golf. Don't not go because you don't know how to play golf. Uzobona phambili. Go and be around the golfers. Because a lot of people, they build their networks, people learn how to advocate for them just because they were in the right vicinity, outside of your typical work environment. So those things are very important. Those are nuances. You know, it's small things that angeke bakutshele man emsebenzini. You just have to pick it up and be like, actually, you know what, people are going for drinks, let me go for drinks. Don't go for drinks and get drunk. No. Maintain your composure. Maintain your composure. Be there when you know and you can tell, Luguti, it's chai, you exit. Right? You leave. You leave in a good condition. You don't unravel. Do not unravel. Right? But be there, be visible. Leave when the time is right. Know when to leave, know when to exit. Next slide. Learn to manage up. So there's one thing, as you get promoted, you will start to manage people, but you also need to learn how to manage the people that you report into. It's called managing up. So if you have a boss who is an early bird, like they get to work at 8, like umuntu wasekuseni man. Even if you are not a morning person, plan your day in such a way that you accommodate them. So if you know you're not a morning person, plan your day the night before so that you have things ready in their inbox, because you know that that's when your boss is most alert. Maybe your boss is not a morning person. Maybe your boss likes to start working at 10. Do not bombard them with messages and emails in the morning. Don't do that. Manage up. Learn how to accommodate the person you're reporting to. They feel more supported. You irritate them less. You are more likable. Likability. People like to work with people they like, guys. Don't forget these things. You need to study the people that report into you. Just learn the type of person that they are. Maybe they don't like meetings. Maybe they prefer one-on-one conversations. Maybe they don't like long emails, or whatever the case is. Figure that out about the person you report into and work around that. Next slide. Knowing when to speak is as important as knowing when not to speak. Very important. I think it's self-explanatory. Next slide. And then I'm going to take you through some corporate language. It's a mini toolkit. It's not what you say. It's what you say and how you say it. Sorry. So, no one teaches you how to write emails, right? You just think you're going to craft them the same way you talk on WhatsApp. No, doesn't work that way. Next slide. So, for example, if you want to say, I don't have time for whatever it is you want me to do, you do not write on an email and you do not say, I don't have time. Because when you say, I don't have time, you come across as negative, ngathi awufuni, ngathi you don't want to be here. Even if what they're asking you is ridiculous, you don't say things like, I don't have time. Rather say, I'm currently stretched given the current deliverables with competing deadlines. Perhaps delivery next week is more possible. So just craft the way you speak better in a more palatable way, right? If you want to tell someone to keep quiet, you don't say shut up. Like some of these things, it sounds like it's a bit obvious. But when you are in the environment and you're highly frustrated with people, trust me, you can write that on an email because you're not thinking long term, you're thinking about the now. You don't say shut up. You rather say, perhaps it's best that we focus our attention on the scope of work and task at hand. Uyamtshela ukuthi athule, but umtshela ngestyle. That's the way you need to conduct yourself, you know. Go to the next slide. So just again, stop. Okay. So there's something called writing therapy. It's a real thing, right? Writing therapy. When you are pissed off, you are angry with someone. Like you are pissed off. You can't contain it. You write an email as though you're sending it to them. Write exactly what you want to say to them. Write the email. Close your laptop. Do not send the email. Stand up and go outside and breathe. It works every time. Come back the next day and that's when you respond to them, because you would be calm. Never respond to someone in the moment when you are angry on email. I promise you, you will regret it. You're not going to say something that you will not regret. You will write something that you'll regret. Don't do it, okay? Conversations in the workplace, a lot of these things to some of you guys, they might be obvious, but when you are in it, again, I'll say, sometimes you forget. When you have a conversation, when you give it an instruction, always follow it up with an email. As discussed in the corridor, as discussed in the pause area, as discussed this morning, as discussed last night on a call, follow it up with an email, have an email trail. It will always be someone else's word against yours. Don't just take things verbally. It doesn't work in the long run. Be careful also what you say about people on your phone. I know voice notes, it's easier to send a voice note than to type. We are all human. Siyabahleba abantu emsebenzini. Musukuhleba umuntu nge-voice note, please. Ngiyacela. Because the people that you trust at work are the very same people who are going to send it. And then it lands in the inbox of the person umhlebayo. And they find a way to dismiss you. Don't. Next. And then prayer works. You know, there's so many Bible verses, I think, that speak to the workplace. You pray over your workplace. You pray over your day. It's so important, guys. For those of you that are believers, pray over your day. Pray over the work environment. Pray over your colleagues, that they have common sense. Pray over it, because it will help you maintain a level of sanity. Too many people are committing suicide because they're under too much pressure in the work environment. It's not worth it. It will never be worth your life. So you need something that grounds you. At the beginning of the day, you will never not have time to pray. If you don't have time to pray, your priorities are completely wrong. Next slide. So whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. So you must always think the right things about yourself. Thank you so much.
Do we have questions for Onke? We'll take them now. Any questions? Right here in the front. I'll just walk with this one mic quickly.
Hi, Ms. Onge. Yeah, my name is Ndebo. I saw something in your presentation. It said, never outshine the master. Can you please just elaborate a bit on that?
Okay, so never outshine the master. There's a book, I forgot the author, but it's called The 48 Laws of Power. Very, very useful book, right? Get that book, guys. Trust me, the 48 Laws of Power. One of them, he says, never outshine your master. So that's your boss. Remember I spoke about managing up. If you are a person you're incredibly gifted, right? It's very important to assess the person you report to. Sometimes your boss will be very, very insecure. It's real, guys, it happens. We are all human. And they need a lot of ego stroking. They need a lot of validation, right? Don't be irritated by that. Give it to them. Give it to them. Give them that level of respect. No matter how much you think it's reducing you, it's not. In the long run, it's going to help you. What you don't want to do is always come with an attitude of saying, oh, well, I don't need this. This person is insecure. They're threatened by me, whatever. First of all, that person has the job. You don't. So whoever appointed them to be senior than you, they saw something in that person that you just haven't figured out yet. You know, so you need to manage your arrogance. No one's saying you're not important, you're not talented, but one day it's going to be you. Life is long. Life is long. One day it's going to be you, and you do not want people that report to you to disrespect you in that way. You know, fundamentally, not outshining the master is about respecting the people you report to. Respect them, respect them, respect. Humility goes a long way. Goes a long way. Because they end up trusting you more. and your relationship shifts, it changes, you know. A lot of people in very senior positions, you'll be very shocked to realize a lot of them have insecurities, guys. They're human. They do. You must offer them a modicum of grace. We're all human, right? Don't judge them too much because it's very tough. It's very difficult in senior positions. It's tough. A lot of decisions you have to make. You might not have all the answers at the same time. The last thing you need is some person being arrogant, thinking that they can do the job better than you. You may think you can do the job better than them. You probably can't. There's a certain perspective you don't have yet. So it's about managing up. It's about understanding the type of person you're working with, navigating around that personality. Don't try to overpower them. If you think you're better, don't. You're not.
Hello, Sosonge. I was wondering if you are on social media. Maybe we can follow you.
I am.
I would really like to follow you.
Forever Onke? Yeah. What's that?
Hi, Ms. Onge.
Hello.
You said that you changed your career to marketing management.
Yes, sorry.
So I want to know, how did you develop the skills that you need in marketing management to perform your job, since you didn't study marketing management?
So I did. I studied marketing and economic science. I did actually study marketing. And then I did my honors in marketing. So it was just shifting from a junior level to a level of seniority. But, your leadership is a calling. You know, you might not have the job yet, but that's why leadership capabilities, a leader is born a leader, in my opinion, right? You're born a leader. You just might not be in the right environment yet to maybe be called one, but your leadership capabilities are always being developed, right? So it was just me self-actualizing into what I always was, but you need to be humbled, man. You need that thing, that just, because that's the thing that sustains you there. You can't, arrogance, ooh. It's really the off-ramp to destruction.
Hi, Ms. Onke. You mentioned something about getting to know your boss or your supervisor or whoever that you report to. So I'm sitting here wondering, is it advisable for me to have a one-on-one conversation with the person that I report to about what they like or what they don't like? Or would that trigger an irritating emotion?
So, time it well, right? So don't do it on the first day. Relax, like sevens. It's a bit, yeah. That's why I'm saying to you, don't treat people, senior people, like gods. Don't do that. It's weird. It's annoying. Just be a normal person. Senior people are people. They are people. You respecting someone doesn't mean you must grovel and treat them like, yay, they're the second coming. No. So time it well. Time it well. Make sure but you start working, show up, be brilliant, do the things, be that girl. Don't care what anyone says. Build, conversation here and there. If they might prompt it. They might be like, okay, guys, maybe they call a team meeting. Tell me about yourself. That's when you capitalize on the opportunity. That's when you do it, right? If they're asking you, tell me about yourself, then say, okay, well, I'd also like to know what your favorite color is, or what you like to do, whatever, what your hobby is. Because then it's like, oh, okay, cool. Then that's when the conversation opens up. So just time it well, but do it.
Hi, Mrs. Onga. My name is Lucas. The question that I have for you is that earlier on you mentioned about preventing from job hopping from one to another,
yeah,
and about sticking on when things get hard.
Yeah.
So my question is that what happens if it gets hard and it affects your mental health, and to a point where you want to leave the job, but then at the same time you're trying to prevent the job hopping. So what are the channels or what are the tips that you can share with us based on that?
Okay.
Thank you.
So, most organizations, reputable organizations, have something called ICAS, right? So it's their internal mental health and system. Use it, don't underestimate it, right? Because you need to express the things that are irritating you. I was telling you about writing therapy, getting that toxicity out your system, right? You need to talk to someone. The nice thing about ICAS, it's not HR, it's not internal, they're not gonna know. There's someone external that you're talking to, it's free, you don't have to pay for it. The point is, you are training yourself to properly manage your emotions. Because that's what you need to master, is your management of your emotions, right? Because what you don't want to do is leave a company because you're running away from something. That thing will always follow you. Because in life is about seasons, guys. There's seasons, there's a test, there's something you need to overcome. You can't just always run away. It will face you there and it will face you harder. When you leave an organization, you have to be walking towards something. There is a very big difference between running away from something and walking towards something. Those are two different things. Because you leave out of frustration, you leave out of desperation, you take the next best thing that's there, and then the grass is not green on the other side. And then your mental health is worse. So you have to figure it out in the situation. Don't delay talking to someone about what you're going through, because you're making an assumption it's going to be easier where you go, and what if it's not? So start the process, the culture of learning how to talk to someone about your feelings. Use an ICAS, just find a way to express that, and then I promise you things will start opening up, because you'll start thinking clearly. But don't leave because of a person, don't leave because of a toxic environment. Find a way to start navigating. Things are going to start opening up. I'm talking from experience.
Hi, Sis Anke. I just want to ask, how do you deal with a boss who is not respecting you? Like as the employee, you're giving him or her the respect, but he's not giving it back to you.
Okay. So, I think one way, I said something about communicating, you know? Communicating, learning how to communicate, people underestimate it. You need to develop the courage to express how you're feeling. It's what I was saying to him now. I was saying to him, develop the courage to express to yourself, be honest to yourself how you're feeling. Tell it to someone else, right? You need to develop the courage to tell them how you're feeling. Don't worry about things like being victimized. There's a skill that you're learning there, right? You need to develop that. When I put up that slide about how to say things correctly, there's ways in which to craft how to communicate properly. My advice to you is speak to the HR department, right? Talk to HR, talk to someone you trust in HR, because also not everyone. So talk to someone you trust in HR, explain the situation, and they will help you document the process. Because I promise you, your boss doesn't want that on their record, that there's someone who thinks I'm victimizing them. They don't want that, because it just speaks CCMA. So don't keep it inside. Find a way to express it formally on email. Don't be afraid. Thank you. Thank you guys, bye.
Okay, thank you so much, Onke. We appreciate it. Guys, I don't know if you heard during that presentation, there was something very important that she mentioned there. She mentioned that her mother's birthday, right? Yeah, so what's the right thing that we need to do? We need to sing, right? Yeah, so how about we do that? Let's sing happy birthday to Onke's mother. On the count of three, we're going to start with a happy birthday. I think we can just say Onke's mother, because I know that part can get a little bit tricky, you know? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. She's a jolly good fellow. She's a jolly good fellow. She's a jolly good fellow. Yeah. Wow. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you. You guys are great. Okay, guys, I know I might have mentioned that we'll be going to lunch, but I'm sorry. The lunch is delayed, but it's going to be nice lunch, guys. That's why. Listen. Hey, guys, come on. Can we settle down? Please, can we settle down? All right. You shouldn't be upset, because at the end of the day, you're going to eat today, tonight, later, tomorrow. But are you going to get this presentation tomorrow? Exactly. You're not going to get it anywhere else, right? So let's give some excitement for our next speaker. She already spoke to you prior in the other days, but today she's going to be talking about personal development, which I think, hey, guys, can we settle down? Hello? Okay, I'm going to wait. Okay, you guys want to continue? All right, thanks. So I think it's great because, personal development being indispensable in the workplace, it's two things that work a little bit hand in hand. Let me move out of the way while they take photos. I'm sure they don't want me in them right now. So it's two things that work well hand in hand, right? You need to develop your person in order to be indispensable. So I think while they're taking photos, we can welcome our next speaker, Mrs. Rory Sang Ramasija, who will be coming to speak about personal development. Hashtag. Guys. Come on, man. Let's show the people from Limpopo. Let's show Onke, Rory Sang, the parents as well, the proper way to do it. Are you ready? Hashtag. Madam, are you happy with that one? Yeah, you heard the CEO. She's not happy. Hashtag. Yeah, they can hear us in Johannesburg as well now. Thank you guys.
Hello, future CEOs. Hello, future managers. Hello, future MDs. Hello, future directors. You guys are awesome. Can you give yourself a round of applause? You guys, I am just happy to be in your midst because, guys, you've been here since Tuesday. Look at you. You are still excited. I managed to watch the live earlier when I was still home. I could see people dancing here. I'm like, those people are on fire. So thank you so much. My name is Rory Sang Ramasija. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to speak to you about personal development. Guys, we've had a lot that was said this week. a whole lot that was said this week. And that prepares us to do what? To go and work, to go prove ourselves, to go give ourselves to the world, to go and serve. Because the courses that you've done, ne, you must go and serve using the same courses that you have done at school. Ne? So personal development, it speaks about when. Can we go to the next slide, please? So in my agenda will be covering mostly now. Ne? A lot have been said about going to work and blah and blah. But where does that begin? Where does that begin? Do you just wake up and decide, okay, today I'm going to ESCOM to report for work? No, it doesn't. Ne? So you will know about information that you need to prepare in order to apply. Firstly, you must apply for work, guys. Ne? The importance of a CV, covering letters and letters of application, communication with your potential employer, preparing for interviews, and interview etiquette. Next slide, please. So guys, can I see people? Okay, now I understand. Ne? You are studying, now you are with Agsa and what? And Chad. Are you also with Chad? Yeah. So what are you doing? You are in a learnership, right? After this learnership, what must happen? You must look for work. If you were studying electrical engineering, you must now go and be employed like an electrical engineer, right? So we are going to look for ways that gets you into. Ne? We're going to check the potential sources of work opportunities. Who knows the potential sources of work opportunities? They are all over. Can you just name one? LinkedIn, Pnet, Career 24. We all know them, right? Now, you must do your homework in all those platforms. If you're going to be applying via LinkedIn, you need to do your homework. You need to do your homework with regards to what companies are hiring on LinkedIn, what job opportunities are there. Ne? You need to prepare your CV. You need to contact the organization. They won't just assume. You need to have a way you contact them. Next slide, please. Now, guys, this is the information that you need in order for you to apply for work. It is very important. You need personal information. Who can tell me what personal information is? Give me an example. Your name? Phone number, contact numbers, very important, guys. Your email, your address, obviously, that you will have to know. They must be what? Documented. I will tell you where and how they must be documented. Ne? You need to also attach your qualifications. When you are looking for work, you don't just apply. You must attach your qualifications, guys. You must attach certified copies. Who knows what certified copies, why we must attach certified copies? Who knows? To prove that they are real. We are not faking. I get work experience with references. Guys, you can now, okay, most of you, okay, you've been at school, you don't have much work experience. Ne? So your CV will cover things like your skills. Ne? Put in your CV, put in your application your skills. Ne? Personal academic accomplishments. If they awarded you an award for the best students, you know, put it in there. When you are applying for work, put it in there. You need to also talk about your values when you are applying for work. Next slide, please. We go to the CV, which is the curriculum vitae or the resume. Ne? Now, what is a CV? A CV is the schedule of your life, guys. It's personal history that tells the prospective employer what you have done. All those information now that you said, personal information on what, they must go into what we call a CV. Ne? You can also see it as a brief account or personal record of your life. Your CV, guys, next slide, please. Your CV, guys, is very, very important. Your CV, guys, it's the first impression the company has of you. Guys, why? Why do you then use a CV in 1996 when you want to apply for a job in 2024? Why? How come now that CV that they typed with those typewriters in the olden days, do you want to submit it to ESCOM today? No, guys. So it must represent you well. It is the first impression they get of you. It acts on your behalf. Guys, treat your CVs with care. Review your CV. Right now, you are studying. You are busy on a program with Chat and Agsa. Who has recorded in their CVs already that they have started this program? Can I see? Only one person. 2. How many people? Our MC, do we have chocolates? These are very serious people. These are very, can they raise their hands? These are very, very serious people. If you have recorded already that you are doing this program, can you guys pass to the other guys? Only 3 people that I saw. They are very, very serious. Not that all of you are not serious, but it's important. Today, go, after you are done today, go and document that I am doing this with, because an opportunity might come tomorrow morning. Tomorrow. It might come tomorrow morning. The purpose is to get you to be called for an interview. So it must be eye-catchy. That CV must speak when you're not there. They must say, wow. What is your name? Melissa. They will say, Melissa. Oh, is there a person like this? Look. Okay, he's born. Oh, from your CV. It must just excite. You know why, guys? You know why? Because you need to be employed. The easier your CV is, the better. It must be easy to read, guys. Leave those fonts. If you're going to do your CV, leave those character things. No. I remember Abu Tsepang the other day said, some of you, your CV looks like you are a property agent. I laughed. You know why he said so? Because there's pictures. So we need... So we need, if you are going to put your picture on your CV, guys, it's not all the time where you have to put your picture on your CV. And if you're going to do so, make sure that that picture represents you very well. Make sure you look your best. Make sure actually the picture aligns with what that position is all about. The information in your CV must be correct and truthful. Don't lie. Guys, don't lie. It will catch up with you. Guys, let me tell you, if you lie, it will catch up with you. Capture only truthful information in your CV. If you don't have work experience, like I said, record what you have. Record what you have. Record what you've achieved. Let me tell you, someone out there is looking for you. When you're seated like this, you've studied engineering, there's a company that's looking for engineers, you've done HR, there's a company. Let me tell you, but what is going to set you apart, firstly, is your CV. Everyone, they will receive, let me tell you, recruiters receive countless number of CVs on a day-to-day basis. So if your CV is not up to scratch, do you think they're going to take it? Do you think they're going to have a look at it? If right now you want to apply for a position, go Department of Health, you take your CV, in Alistainsa Archer, do you think someone is going to look at your CV? Guys, our CVs are very important. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, now, what accompanies your CV? You've captured everything. You've captured your work experience. You've captured everything. What accompanies your CV, guys? It's a cover letter, a covering letter. This letter is also very important. Actually, when you are applying manually, when you are submitting manual applications, your CV, your cover letter must go on top of your CV. Now, this letter introduces and highlights the most important features of your CV, such as work experience and skills. Dear sir or madam, I'm excited to apply for the position of marketing assistant. I am a young, vibrant, what. And I have worked with 1, 2, 3, what. Or I think I possess the skills that you are looking for. Make it about the position and also highlight your skills and work experience. It should be short, you know? It should be very short, actually. It must be a 1 page, but not 6 paragraphs. Just 1 page. It can be one paragraph, Unji. It can be 1 paragraph. Ne? Because recruiters don't have time, guys. There's a lot of people that submit. Ne? So they must just read from there to say, wow, okay, Morisa is the guy for us. Your letter must be interesting and make the employer to think you are genuinely interested in working for the company. It must show them that, oh, this person, you know, this one is ready to be part of us. Ne? It must be tailored. It must be written professionally. No typing or grammar errors, guys, please. When you are writing your CV and your cover letter, no errors, no typos, guys. If you are not sure, there are people who offer services for writing your CV. They will also write your cover letter for you. It doesn't mean when you're dumb. You are not dumb. You know, we just don't understand things the same way. Do you guys understand? So your cover letter must be very professional. Don't write stories there. No, it must be tailored to suit the nature of each position. So guys, this is very important. Your CV, it's your CV with everything. But your cover letter, if last week you were applying for a position to become an artisan, right? Then this week there's another position you saw of becoming, let's say, a groundsman or whatsoever. The cover letters must be different. You don't construct your cover letters the same. You cannot use one cover letter for the same positions, because in your cover letter you must show them that, okay, I know about this position, right? It must be addressed to the right contact person. Find out from the company. From the advert itself, they normally say, okay, this is a position, this is the contact person. I know with most government works, they do that. Ne? But then if you're not sure, especially if it's online, you can take the number and call the recruiter to say, hi, how are you? I saw this position. I want to know who is the contact person. So you find out who is the contact person, guys. It's very, very important to find the right. It is a letter. It can't go to anybody. If it goes to anybody, they read it, there's no contact person there. Do you think they will take it? Do you think it will reach where it's supposed to go? Let's say there's 100 posts advertised in a company. If you don't address the letter to the right person, it might get lost, or they will put it in the dustbin. Now, guys, there are other documents that you must compile when applying for work. Ne? Who knows what a Z83 form is here? Raise your hands, let me see. Can you tell us what it is? Can somebody just tell us? You can stand and just say what it is. There's no right or wrong answer, guys. Ne? There's no. Can you say what it is? Government what? Yes, that is correct. It is that. Ne? Guys, there is a way in which you fill that form. You will find, okay, those who use job portals, if you go on LinkedIn, you want to apply for work, you don't just attach your CV or your cover letter. You'll find a form that they give you. Already, that one is there already. Ne? That one is there. You can fill it, your information, and you will see they mark with stars, important fields, meaning the fields that you cannot skip. They are there. They always mark it with stars. Those ones, focus on them, capture your information on those. Ne? Now with the Z83, guys, they give you blocks, guys. Can we address this, please? When you are given an application form, guys, there's blocks where you must write. Now, why, Lerato, why do you write on top of the lines? Why? Why? Why do you go and write? How are they going to read? Do you know why those blocks are provided? So that the alphabets we can see them and we can read. So don't make those mistakes. Who's Lerato here? I know you are a smart one. You don't do that. Guys, so with the application form, you must read it carefully. The entire form first. Check it out. Before you start writing, check, browse through, see, okay, section what is what, section what is what, from beginning to end. So that in the middle you don't realize, oh, but this was supposed to go here, this was supposed to go here. Fill it out with a pencil first if you're not sure, especially if you're doing it for the first time. You can fill it with a pencil first so that you can erase. Use block letters when asked to do so. Like I said, but don't write on top. Write clearly, use legible handwriting or type if possible. Some forms you can even capture them from your laptop or your PC. Do so, it is safe. Make sure your facts, dates are correct. Make sure your facts. In these forms, they will ask you about your work experience, guys. So from your CV to the application form, the information must be the same. Don't make mistakes. Right? On the application form, don't make mistakes. Don't write don't write things that do not match your CV, basically. Write NA if the section does not apply to you. Don't just leave it blank. Who can tell me why? Who can tell me why you do not leave out a blank space on an application form, or rather any form? Who can tell me why? Who can tell me why? Who can tell me? Who can try? Guys, it's so that you do not want someone. But Wasile, let me tell you, in the work environment, there's a lot of things that happen, right? So let's say they give you a form, you fill it, you sign, you leave a space. It has your signature. You have left a space. Somebody can just decide and fill in whatever they want and even use it. They can use the same form actually to do other things with your signature in it. So if if a section doesn't apply to you, write NA, not applicable. Always write NA, guys. It's important. It will save you no matter what you are doing. As long as you are going to attach your information or your signature, there is empty blocks. Don't leave them empty. Just scratch and write NA. Scratch or write NA. You are allowed to do so. Now, guys, we get to the interesting part. Emailing the CV or the resume. You are making what? Contact with the employer now. When you are going to email, your email must have a what? A subject. Always add a subject. Assist the hiring manager to know what position you are applying for, right? Right? If it's a PA position, what? Guys, some have references. On the job post, there will be a reference. If you have a reference, write it so that they know that, okay, she's applying for the one in Matatiele, not the one in Soshanguve, right? Those references, they speak an internal language in the organization. Do you guys understand? Have a greeting. Always start your email with a greeting. Don't just write, write a greeting. Dear sir or madam, dear Mr. So-and-so. If you've got the contact, dear HR manager, dear CEO, write your email like that. Start with a greeting. It must have a body. After the greeting, state the reason for your email. You must just state to say, hereby attached, please find my application for the position 1, 2, 3 with reference number. That is the body. Don't write a lot of things. Hey, you know, I think I'm very interested. No, don't write that on the email, no. Now, there must be what? Attachments. Who can tell me the attachments that must be on a job application when you're writing? Remember the attachment we spoke about. Who can tell me? The what? The CV? The what? The cover letter and the what? Exactly. So guys, all of these things must be in a PDF form. Do not submit your CV to Microsoft Word. Tell me why. Exactly. Thank you so much. Ne? Now it must also have a call to action. A call to action. I look forward to hearing from you. It shows, guys, little things, they matter. It shows that, okay, this person really needs this opportunity. I look forward to hearing from you. You know? It prompts them to say, yeah, Mara, oh. It can do something for you. You know, it can make them feel that, okay, this person is not, I applied a mistake. You didn't apply by mistake. You didn't forward because people are forwarding. It must have closing salutations. Always end your CV with kind regards, warm regards. You know, those kind of things. Those are closing salutations. Ne? Now, preparing for an interview. Ziyakhala manje. Ziyakhala manje. They have phoned you, those people, they've received your cover letter, your CV, they invite you to an interview. Ne? Now, what do you do when you receive that call? You are my level. Relax, be calm. When you receive that call, you stay calm. Ne? If you can reach for a notepad, you can. I know it's exciting when you receive that call for an interview. Ne? But guys, firstly, remember to confirm your availability. Confirm your availability. If you can, immediately confirm it, especially if it's on the call and you know on the date you're not busy, you can confirm it. No, ma'am, okay, I will be available. If you need to go and check if you'll be available or not, just tell them, okay, give me 5 minutes, I'll phone you back to confirm if I'm available, right? But you need to confirm your availability. If it's via email, it even gives you more time to write them back and say, okay, I'll be available. Get the full details of the interview. While you are excited, remember to ask and confirm, to say, okay, you are saying where? Corner, what? Bosman Street in Pretoria. You know, just so that you can confirm. These details, you can confirm them later still, but if you don't want, like, just confirm right there and there. Do a research about the company and the position. Guys, this one is very important. Every job advertisement, it comes with what we call a job description. What does a job description do? Who can tell me? What does it do? Whoever answers this one gets a chocolate. What does a job description entail? I don't have a mic. Can you stand? Includes the duties. That's correct. You deserve a chocolate. I saw another hand there. Who can tell me what also is there? You can say it how you think. You can say it how you think, guys.
Hi everyone, my name is Beatrice Moloto. Okay, under job descriptions, like she says, there are duties that are being mentioned.
Okay.
What you're going to do. And
Yes.
also, they also mentioned the skills
Yes.
that are required on that position.
Give her chocolates. Guys, that is very correct. Do not go back. Sometimes when you apply, again, you apply to so many companies, you don't, you know, but it's better, have it saved somewhere. Each position you apply for, have the information saved somewhere so that you can refer back. Sometimes you apply to so many for so many positions, you can't even remember the company, the name of the company. So have, you know, a folder or something that shows, okay, a screenshot to say I applied for this. Then you go back to revert to the company name and the position. Research about the company. You need to know when it was established. Kana, you guys said when was Agsa established? Do you know when Chad was established? Okay. It's fine. But guys, do your research. Simple things like that, ne? When you speak to your potential employer during an interview and you have done your research, it spikes interest. They can see, oh, this one is interested. This one is smart. You know, go to their website, do some research, you know, here and there. You understand? It's very important. Prepare answers for common interview questions. They are there on Google. Tell us about yourself. I am Madume. Haibo. Okay. I live in Soshanguve. You see, I grew up being a rapper. I can rap. Guys, no. Guys, recruiting for employment, these recruiters, they spend money. It takes a lot of money for them to organize interviews and stuff. It's money. So prepare common interview questions. When they say, tell us about yourself, they've got your CV in front of them. They know your name already. Talk about your skills. Talk about your work experience. Talk about whatever. Why do you think you are the best candidate? Because 1, 2, 3 is 4. You know, prepare. An interview needs to be prepared for, guys. You must prepare for an interview, right? I know people will prepare. And then, now we get to the interview, on the day of the interview. Hey, guys. If you've never been nervous in your life, this is one day that you will be very nervous. But what you do is you relax. Ne? The first, number 1, it speaks about dressing appropriately. Guys, I don't care where you're going to work. If it's a mine, you're going to work underground. The day you go for an interview, don't go kadi work suit. Don't go kadi, okay, you can wear your boots, but polish them nicely, but be presentable, okay? Don't, well, some interviews, they might require practicals, right? Be neat. Dress appropriately. Guys, do you think, this is a question, do you think I can go to an interview wearing this neon orange color? I can't. Do you think I can go to an interview wearing a cap? Ladies, I know you love your frontal so much. Have your frontal, but 3D makeup, the eyelashes, you don't want to be like this in front of your potential employer. Your nails, can we leave those long nails? Guys, no. Those, I don't know what they call them. Leave them. Ladies, when you prepare for an interview, be as neat as possible. Wear darker colors. Wear white and black. Black and white. You know, gray and white. Don't wear like too bright colors, ne? Keep it professional. The colors they speak, ne? Arrive in good time. Guys, arrive in good time. You cannot be coming from Siabuswa to Pretoria for a 9 o'clock appointment and you interview appointment and you leave Siabuswa at 7. What happens if that bus, that Patco bus, what happens if, what must happen? What must happen to you? You must lose a job. Guys, you rather be early. You rather be early, and when you're early, what do? Don't go straight, like if you're 2 hours earlier for your interview, what you can do, you confirm, okay, this is the place that I'm going. If there's a McDonald's there, go sit in a nearby McDonald's. You know, at least you have seen the place, you are sure. Prepare, like arrive in good time. Your body language during an interview, Mara. Your body language. What I'm seeing right now, body language. Shame you guys are tired, you're forgiven. But your body language matters. You see this guy, can you keep that posture? Now, my brother in a shirt. You see how he is wearing a shirt, he's smart. But do you think that's a right posture? Look at him, all of you. Do you think it's a right posture? It's not. Why? He's covering his face. Give her a chocolate. He's covering his face. And guys, these things, you will do them when you are nervous. You will find yourself like this, hitting on the table. They ask you, tell us about yourself. No. That's why you need to breathe. breathe, relax, and then make sure you don't do things that you're not supposed to do. Your body language will speak volumes as well. Be vibrant. Speak boldly, speak up. Some of us, we have strong personalities. You can speak in front of people, but there are those people who can't really do it. You are shy naturally. But in front of your potential employee, you must be able to express yourself. To express yourself very well. That they hear you and you sit very well. Keep eye contact. If you've got a panel of 4 people, whoever asks you a question, you look at them. And if that one fries you again, because they do fry, you look at them. You're like, you must keep eye contact. Ne? Expect the unexpected. Expect the unexpected during your interview. Expect the unexpected. It goes also with preparing for that day. You know, expect that it could rain. Expect anything. But be prepared. That's why you need to be on time so that you can be able to relax. And then when they put you there by reception, they ask you, do you want coffee or water? Don't deny. If you are thirsty, say, I do need water, please. They give you water. Before you come into the panel, ask for restrooms. You know, little things can make you do other things during an interview, simply because it is a tedious process. Like, it's one of the scariest things you can ever do. And last point, ask questions. Ask questions. Ask questions. So what kind of questions must you ask? Can you ask? Really think. Think. My brother?
The question is like where the company's goals to the next 5 years, the long-term goals for the company.
Hey, yeah, no, when you'll be frying them indirectly. You know, and what else can you ask? Who is holding my mic? Okay.
You can ask, when should you expect feedback regarding the position?
Very important. Chocolates. Who else?
You can ask what they love about working at the company.
What?
What they love about.
What they love working about the company. It goes with the values, you know. Generally, what other employees love. Listen, you must ask. Ne? Don't say you don't have questions. You must just ask.
You can ask about the company culture.
See, the company culture. Well, let me tell you, some things it's better you see them for yourself. But what I'm saying is that you can just ask, how can you put it? Like, to ask about the culture, to say, okay, so normally, what do you guys do, like, in December? Do you guys go for Christmas parties? You know, you can ask such things. It's still very, very, very relevant.
You can ask, according to this interview, do you have any doubt that I'll perform well in this position?
No, you can't ask that. You know why you can't ask that? Because it's the feedback they will give you. Don't worry, they will give you. That email will come or that call will come. Shame, and unfortunately it might not come, but it is not the end of the world. Don't ask too much about yourself. You ask questions about the company and your work.
You may ask about what challenges they are facing as a company.
The challenges. You can ask about the challenges they are facing, especially with regards to your position. If you are going to fill in a gap, you may ask to say, okay, so since I'll be filling this gap, what challenges have there been before me? You can ask, why exactly? Who else?
The candidate that is being interviewed, when will they start?
Exactly. Important. When is your day of reporting? My chocolate, please. Who else? Okay. So guys, ask when you will receive feedback. When are you guys going to? You know what? It helps you plan as well.
Well, I would like to ask, how am I going to grow as an employee since I'll be hired in this company?
How are you going to grow? Can you ask how you're going to grow as an employee? You can't ask that. You can't ask that. Ne? You can't ask that. At an interview, you can't ask that. Do you know why? You must tell them how you plan on growing. Not at that point, not at the interview point. At the interview, you can't ask her, so how are you going to train me? Pelana, I want to be trained. It's indirectly you'll be saying that, you know? You understand?
The salary bracket.
Rata chelete. The salary bracket. We don't ask about such in interviews, ne? Just to be safe, don't ask about it because you will know. If they ask you, if they ask you, then you tell them, okay, this and this. You tell them how much you would like, you know, and estimate, you know. Normally when you apply, guys, remember, when you apply, they ask you if you are employed and how much do you earn at that point at your, then when they call you for an interview, they know that, okay, this person is receiving 16 rand a month. So we plan to give this person 20 rand. They already know. Ne? So when you ask about, put it in a nice way. But don't ask. If you cannot ask, don't ask. Because you will know, guys, once you are selected, they send you an offer of employment or they tell you, you will see. And you have a right to say, no, I don't want this. Sorry, I can't work with this. Some they will even tell you, yes, you're right. Some they will even tell you. Who else had a hand? So guys, this is all from me. I don't know if you have any questions about writing your CV, about your cover letter. Who has a question? Do you?
I think I have 2 or 3 questions regarding what you've been said. The first question is that when you prepare your CV, there are certain documents that you need to send, right? But there's a document that discourages us when we apply.
Okay.
It's the academic record because we don't have distinction there. You only have those 50%, 60%, and so on.
Can you use the mic? Okay, what he's saying is that when you get asked what about your academic record when you apply. So he says it discourages. Why does it discourage you guys? Why? You don't have to be discouraged about your academic records because it's a work in progress. Guys, if you failed a subject today, you can go back and redo it and you can master it. Don't be shy. Another question?
Another question is preparing.
Guys, we are here now. Future leaders, we are here.
Another question is for you to prepare the interview question. When you go to the interview, you already see that they've already selected the candidate.
Guys, this is a very bad mentality that I want us to get rid of. When they call you for an interview, you accept to go for an interview. You go for an interview. And when you come back, you say, aye, these people, they already know. They already knew. Stop that. Guys, stop that. Ne? They cannot waste so much time. Guys, when a job post is advertised, it's money. When they start sending out, going through your CVs, guys, it's money. It's time. They need to pay for the person who's doing that. So it takes money. They cannot advertise a position while they know who they've got their own favorite, unless otherwise. But most of the time, It is not the case. They want you to prove yourself. And this is the one thing that discourages us before our interviews. Stop chit-chatting before your interview. That's why I said, if you see that you have 2 hours before the interview, don't go into the campaign. Because you will start monitoring. Hi, that one who was wearing red kwais. I think that one knows the manager. That's what you guys do. You're like, hi, that one. I think because, did you hear her speak vendor? I think she knows madam. Like, guys, where do you feature? Stop that. It will discourage you. It will make you lose out on an opportunity. Do not enter the interview room discouraged, because it is assumptions. It is assumptions. Do not assume. Do I still have time? My time is gone. Huh? Yeah, let me take a different question. One more. Who had a question?
Thank you. You mentioned that when I put a picture, sometimes I can put my picture. When do I know when to put a picture on a CV?
Okay, I've got my CV, I've got my picture, and I love it. Because on that picture, I'm smiling. I'm smiling. I'm full of life. You know why I put my picture there? Because on LinkedIn also, when you register your profile, it needs your picture. Ne? Go put your pictures, guys. Ne? Just don't put a dodgy picture. Whereby you know, on that Monday when you took that picture, you were babalast, your eyes were red. Don't scare people, no. Put professional pictures. If you can do a professional pic, someone comes and takes, put it there. Put your picture, Dad. Put it.
Hello, everyone. I think my question is going to be directed to the thing that we come across on applying when we are applying online.
Okay.
There's a thing what you call ATC.
ATC?
Yeah, it's candidate application system. Applicant system. I don't know if some of us have already
Candidate
experienced that.
application.
So, guys, I need to know about this thing because I don't understand how it works. And there are some people who are requesting us a cash in order to help us with this thing. Yeah.
Seriously, it's my first time actually hearing about it. Who knows about it? Can you answer? Can you?
I think it's the software. They say that it's a CV software. They put the software, the CV there, and then automatically there is a email that you will receive that your application is successful or unsuccessful. So when you sit on your laptop typing your a CV, they are saying you must make sure that every time when you apply, you change those skills and match the one that are on the post, so that when you scan that CV, it gets 10 out of 10. If you are not getting 10 out of 10, there is an automatic email that you will receive that say your application is unsuccessful.
So they say there's a software, guys, whereby, can you explain it again? I have never came across such. They say it's an ATS system and people are now cashing out on people to say, I will help you with doing this. Really? They are making money. Sure, wow, guys. I don't know about that. I'll make a research. Don't worry, we might meet in the near future. I'll also make a research about it to see why is now all these things coming in place. But guys, are you excited? Are you happy? Are you informed? Are you ready to submit your CVs? Are you ready to submit your CVs? Are you ready for the future? Hashtag. Hashtag. Danko, danko.
Okay, thank you, Rory Song, for that. Let's give you another round of applause. Okay, you guys were saved because Madame was gonna come and do exit strategy, but thankfully lunch showed up on time. So for now, the CEO will stay seated and we can start moving forward with our lunch schedule. Where did we start? Where did we start for tea? In the middle. Ish, they want to start in the middle. Okay, she says it's fine. I mean, I guess it's fair. Shame. Imagine sitting in the middle the whole time and you're kind of like. But isn't being in the middle better? Because even if we start in the back or the front, you're always in the middle, isn't it? Okay, that's fine. I'll just leave it to the ushers to really decide what they're feeling. They want to start in the middle. If you want to do it, let them do it. Macbeth said he doesn't want you guys in the middle. He wants the front people first. So don't hate me. You can hate that guy, okay? Okay, guys. But anyways, we're going to have lunch now. And then after our lunch, of course, we will continue with our program. Please keep the venue clean, guys. You know the drill. I don't need to repeat myself. If you're going outside, don't wander onto the streets, okay? Just stick around the area. And yes. All right. Thank you very much.